Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday, the 24th day of August. It is National Waffle Day. So I wonder if they mean like the breakfast food
I think
waffle?
they probably mean the waffles.
Or if they mean
yeah.
to change your mind a lot.
I think they
waffling
mean
on
the
something.
breakfast food.
And I wonder why they call that waffling on something.
I don't know.
National Peach Pie Day today, which I got to tell you, I am a fan.
You are? It's one of your favorites.
It is. And then National Maryland Day. I'm also a fan of that. And in addition to all of those fun things to celebrate today, I'm going to visit with Graham McTavish. Graham is an actor. This could absolutely be a Movie Star Monday, but we've got him today because we're going to be talking about a new thing. Have you ever heard of Game of Thrones?
I have.
Kind of a big deal.
Once or twice.
So Game of Thrones, which was kind of a big deal, there's now a prequel to that called House of the Dragon. He's in that. He was in the Hobbit franchise. He was in Rambo. He's been in a bunch of stuff. And I am super excited to visit with him coming up on this Movie Star Monday that happens to be a Wednesday. So we've got it today. I'm excited to chat with him coming up in a bit.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you watch any show featuring teenagers, you've probably seen some variation of the joke that comes up when Facebook is mentioned. They either say, no one uses Facebook, or what is Facebook, or something along those lines. According to Pew Research, they regularly study teens and their tech usage. Their favorite social media platform in the U.S. for age 13 to 17, 95%, they said. What do you think it is?
Snapchat?
No.
TikTok.
Well, hang on a second. It's not TikTok. It's definitely not Facebook. 95% said they used YouTube. I didn't realize YouTube was a social media platform, but apparently.
Yeah.
Number 2 was TikTok. It's 67%. Teens were also asked how often they're using these sites, from never to constantly. YouTube, again, at the top of the list, at constant use by 19%. TikTok, number 2, constant use at 16% of the time. And 15% of kids, by the way, say they use Snapchat constantly. 10% use Instagram as their go-to. The clear loser in the survey was Facebook, only a few kids. 7 years ago, by the way, it was 71% of teens. That has now dropped to 32% of teens can be found on Facebook. Twitter and Tumblr is down among teens as well. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know these days more and more adults are picking thrill-packed adventure vacations over relaxing by the pool? Rather than a traditional beach break, a survey of 2,000 adults over the age of 40, 4 in 10 are choosing getaways that involve horseback riding or hiking, cycling or skiing. Also popular, riding roller coasters, wild camping, snorkeling, kayaking, mountain climbing, and zip lining. All of those yet to experience such activities, 73% are seeking to be more active following the events of the pandemic. More than half, 56%, said they're looking to make more memories while they can, and 49% they're seeking to make vacations fun again. So all of those things. Here's the thing. That all sounds fine and good, but if I did that, I would need a vacation after the vacation.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. When I go on vacation, I just want to rest. I don't want to work, and
we go to a vacation each year. We go to an event that is very action packed, and there's a lot of stuff. But we always stay an extra day or two to just kind of wind down
because you need to.
Because I'm like, oh man, I'm too old for this stuff.
Exactly.
All right,
exactly.
We don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Jonah Hill has announced that he will not be promoting his soon-to-be-released documentary film or any upcoming projects for the foreseeable future. He's doing this to avoid anxiety attacks. He apparently suffers these quite often during press tours. He's 38 years old. He had an open letter to share to explain his decision to cease promoting any new movies indefinitely.
Why would she care?
Why would who care?
Open letter to share?
To share to everyone, to share with the world. Oh, would you just stop it? Hill, whose documentary Stutz, S-T-U-T-Z, focuses on his mental health struggles, said for the last 2 decades, he has been inflicted with anxiety attacks that are worsened by media appearance and public events. In the letter, he says throughout his journey of self-discovery with the film, he's come to understand that he spent 20 years experiencing these anxiety attacks. And he said, you know what? I'm going to just stop putting myself out there for that. And Owen Wilson has a bone to pick. He said he was scolded by Marvel Studios for accidentally leaking some hush-hush details about the second season of Loki. So he's like, sorry, I didn't know that was a secret. I've got a link to all of that.
I like him.
If you want
I've
to read
always liked
more
him.
details on both of those stories, I've got it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Sad news here, CBS has laid off 25 staff and employees of the Dr. Phil show. I read this online, and somebody said even sadder news, one of them was not Dr. Phil. I thought that was really mean to say that. I think Dr. Phil
that's unfortunate.
I think he seems like a nice guy, but apparently there's some folks that just do not like him. Did you know that? Do you like Dr. Phil?
There's somebody who doesn't like everyone.
Yeah, that's
sweetheart.
true. I just thought he seemed like a neat dude. Mathematicians say you have better odds of winning an Oscar than you do winning the lottery. So I didn't even know I was up for an Oscar, but apparently I have good odds. NASA's Curiosity rover has a Twitter account and is tweeting daily updates. That's concerning. A new poll says 49% of Americans think marijuana is good for society. In other news, scoop of the day today, Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson performed TikTok's Tortilla Challenge, and the video has gone viral. You know what that is?
Now there's a tortilla challenge.
Oh, it's where you smack each other with a tortilla.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Should we do one of those?
That's just ridiculous.
Do you think our video would go viral, Heidi?
No.
First of all,
I don't even want to see that video.
I would eat my tortilla, then you'd just be smacking me with yours. In other news in the scoop of the day today, TikTok star Addison Rae unfollowed her mother Sherry on Instagram. Film at 11.
Oh, no.
What else do we have? A report claims about 80% of U.S. currency is in $100 bills. 80% of our currency is $100 bills.
Wow.
That is bizarre. That is not the case for me, by the way. 80% of my currency jingles instead of folds. And finally, in the scoop of the day today, 1 in 6 people say they have created social media accounts for their pet. So there
that's kind of sad.
Our dog does not have a social media account, but for a while there, she was on my account more than I was. I was taking photos of her like every day for a while.
Yeah, you put her on your page all the time, but she doesn't have her own.
And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to look like a weirdo here. All right, starting to look like. Thanks for listening to your Scoop of the Day. It comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with a guest today, Graham McTavish. You might know him from the Hobbit franchise, from Rambo, Outlander, Men in Kilts, all kinds of fun stuff. Graham, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excited to chat with you. The prequel to Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, is a fun new project that you're doing. Let's talk a little bit about this and how you got involved in this project.
Yeah, I got involved with it actually way back because I'd worked with the showrunner, the co-showrunner of House of the Dragon, Ryan Condal. We'd worked together on an NBC pilot about 10 years ago nearly now, and I've done another show that he ran called Colony. I was in that, and we love working together. And he had lunch with me in LA and said, listen, I'm working on this new Game of Thrones prequel, and I'd love you to be a part of it. And he came along and suggested a couple of parts that he thought I'd be right for, and then next thing you know, we're doing it. And it was an amazing experience. Being a fan of the original, to actually be a part of this has been great.
And
wonderful.
It just recently premiered on HBO, and it's already got a lot of chatter online. Folks are loving this, so that's got to feel good when, it was much anticipated, and there's a huge following for the Game of Thrones. So to have this prequel and to have all these people anticipating it, and then once it hits, to have people like it, that's got to be a huge relief.
Oh, it's a massive relief. Goodness me. In the case of Ryan, this has been 5 years, 6 years in the making, really, to get that show to where it is. And that's not uncommon, that's true of everything I've ever been involved in. It takes years and years for these things to come out. And then when they come out, that's it. It's like a child that, goes out into the world and you have to sort of go, hey, I hope everything goes well. And it's so far so good. It's been a great response, and I certainly loved watching. I've seen all the episodes now, and people are in. They need to strap themselves into this one. It's quite a ride.
And I'm sure there are things that that we can't even talk about because that's how it works. But from the sounds of it, like I said, I know the folks that are seeing it are liking it. You've already seen all of them, so you know how it ends and everything.
I do. Well, I know. Yes, I know how this season ends, and I know what happens in between. It's extraordinary. The one thing you can say about the world of Game of Thrones and the world of House of the Dragon is whatever you think or expect to happen will be the last thing that will possibly occur. They're always looking to surprise people and pull the rug out from under people's feet, and that's part of the strength, I think, of this particular type of show.
I agree.
I remember seeing the first Game of Thrones and Sean Bean getting his head cut off, and I was like, my God, no!
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. But that's the world that they write for. So.
Now, you've had a chance to do so many other fun projects, the Hobbit franchise, Outlander, Men in Kilts, and then Rambo. Now, is it more fun to be a good guy, or is it more fun to be a bad guy?
Yeah, listen, I would be lying if I didn't say that, the devil has the best lines. He does. And I do, yeah. I tell you what I like doing, actually. I like playing characters that are sort of morally complex and ambiguous. So they're not like straight out evil, but they're like Dougal Mackenzie is a good example in Outlander. He's a morally complicated individual. He's not a horrible person, but he does do some dodgy things. So yeah, they are generally more fun.
Another fun project that you've been involved in is called Men in Kilts. Tell me a little more about that.
Actually, it was really wonderful. Apart from the sort of near-death experiences that I've had at the hands of Sam Hewitt, we've done a second season now that will be coming out in due course, that we went to New Zealand to film. And it never ceases to amaze me, the diabolical mind of Sam Hewitt when it comes to trying to terrify the living daylights out of me. But it was a great experience. And the great thing about doing a show like that is that you're in charge. It was our show. There was no script. We would just turn up and we would start doing it. And we would riff with each other and have lots of fun, lots of laughter. And it was like a kind of weird holiday in a way that we just happened to have film cameras with us.
Well, I'm excited for House of the Dragon. It's the prequel to Game of Thrones, just premiered this recent Sunday on the 21st of August. And again, our guest, Graham McTavish. Graham, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it.
My pleasure to be here.
We have more information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What can I say that I haven't already said about bettercreditcards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At bettercreditcards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In the 1800s, tornadoes were called twirl blasts and twirlwinds.
Ooh, I like that better.
like it too. Let's go back to that.
Twirl blast.
Twirl blast and twirlwinds. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are more barrels of bourbon in Kentucky than there are people. Yeah, 10 million to 4.5 million barrels of bourbon in Kentucky, and there's way fewer people. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
On the side effects listed on aspirin package, one of the side effects is a headache. Okay, what's the point then? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If sound could travel through space, the noise of the sun on Earth would be equivalent to a train horn from 1 meter away.
Really?
So luckily it can't.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Batman's dog is named Ace the Bat Hound.
I didn't know Batman had a dog.
Yeah, Ace the Bat Hound. And a final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are more insects in 1 square mile of rural land than there are human beings in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know who counted those.
I don't
but
know who would count it either, but I could see that.
Yeah, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you looking for an energy drink that's natural, lasts longer, has no dyes, no artificial flavorings, and no sugar? Blitz Energy Drink is the answer. With only 10 calories per serving and 200 milligrams of caffeine, our formula will help increase your focus, endurance, mood, and energy levels. Order now at drinkblitzenergy.com. Use promo code RADIO20 to save 20% and get free shipping on any canister. drinkblitzenergy.com. Promo code RADIO20. That's drinkblitzenergy.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by mintervention.com. Our question today: you are more likely to do this at 6 p.m. than at any other time of the day. What is it, Heidi? You're more likely to do this at 6 p.m. than any other time of the day.
Yawn.
No. Order food to be delivered.
Oh, wow.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Well, if it's a no-brainer, why didn't you guess that,
Well,
Heidi?
because usually your questions are something random and weird and not obvious.
I see how you are. Mint Mobile question of the day. I don't know what that means. Comes your way courtesy of mintervention.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more already on the schedule. Plus, more announcements coming soon. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort Cancun. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. I love this story. A Nevada woman is now the legal owner of an entire neighborhood after the title for her $595,000 home was mistakenly included in a further 84 properties worth an estimated $50 million.
Whoa!
The unnamed woman intends to buy one home in Sparks near Reno, Nevada. But when she files documents with the assessor, it was noted that there's a massive error and you have an additional 84 properties and 2 common spaces attached to your property. The chief deputy assessor said that it appears to have been a typing error made by the firm Westminster Title, who was probably going to get in trouble. That meant the woman who planned to purchase one property ended up being given the deed and title to scores of others, many of which already have been sold. Many of them have homes built on them. Those involved are working on a resolution. So I'll bet someone's going to get in trouble for that. Doesn't that just sound like a mess?
So does she get to keep them?
No, I'm pretty sure she doesn't. But she legally is entitled to them. So hopefully she's just a nice lady and says, it was a mistake, I get it. But somebody should make that right to her as well.
Well, I mean, if she does keep them all,
Yeah.
she's not going to be very well liked in her
Do you
neighborhood.
want to rent your house back from me? All right. Weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. I have the 10 most stunning cities for views of residential. So like if you're in your home looking out, most beautiful views.
Okay.
And the worst cities. I've got all of them listed, top 10 for both. What would you rather hear first? The best views or the worst views? And we'll just do like the top 3 for
Let's
each.
go with the worst.
Worst views: Chandler, Arizona; Tempe, Arizona; Glendale, California. I don't know why I didn't make the list. All right, now here are the top 5 best residential views according to this list. Rancho Cucamonga, California is number 5, which is just fun to say.
It is.
Number 4, Anchorage, Alaska, beautiful views. Number 3, Seattle, Washington, beautiful views. Number 2, Reno, Nevada, beautiful views. And the number one best residential views, according to this list, Honolulu, Hawaii. If you would like to see the entire list, I've got the whole thing and a link to more information. You want to read it all. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. By the way, do you know where I think the best view is?
Right here in this studio.
Right here, looking at you.
I knew you were going to say
All
that.
right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? Check out this beautiful family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Poipu, Kauai, Hawaii. Our family stayed recently and we absolutely loved it. The area is so beautiful and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can all enjoy your own area in a vacation rental? Visit Hawaii and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. Learn more at radiotravelgroup.com. That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Today's quote is from Don Marquis. He says, "A pessimist is a person who's had to listen to too many optimists." I would say, of the two of us, I'm a pretty optimistic person and you are a bit more pessimistic. But you say, I'm not pessimistic.
I'm a realist.
Yeah, a realist. Boy, your realist seems a lot more pessimist to me.
It's just usually I can see how your plans are going to fail
It's a great
before
plan.
they
You're like,
happen.
okay, did you think about any of these things? I'm like, I didn't think of any of those things. All right, maybe it's not a good plan. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Here's the headline. Teen rescues toddler who nearly drowned in swimming pool.
Okay.
Hero.
Did we talk about this, or is this another
No, it's a whole
one?
new story. Fast actions of a 19-year-old girl in Massachusetts helped save the life of a 2-year-old boy. Savannah Mendez Rodriguez told the local news station she was studying at her house on Monday when she heard people screaming for help. I come out of the kitchen and there's a little kid on the floor. They were like, he fell in the pool. She is certified in CPR. That's when she jumped into action while waiting for paramedics to arrive. She said, I was really calm, actually. I started chest compressions while everybody was panicking in the background. When the paramedics arrived, they told me that my actions may have saved this toddler's life. I was thinking about anything. I just kind of was getting to the movement like, oh my gosh. And then afterwards, I was like, wow, I think I did just save him. I think that's really cool.
That's really fantastic.
Says I wasn't thinking about anything, just kind of like, just trying to help. The child was taken to the hospital. A deputy fire chief was on the scene, and he said that the kid is expected to recover. There's a video, there's a photo, there's all kinds of information here. If you want to see that story, I do have a link to it in the show notes. I love these stories, by the way. This kid, certified in CPR, just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Right outside when a kid drowns. I mean, how amazing is that? And I was just talking to somebody the other day that they're certified in CPR, and they said they had a chance to help somebody. It's a good thing to know how to do that. And it's one of those things that the life that you save could be somebody you love. Yep. It could be your sibling. It could be your mom, your dad. It could be your kid. I mean, there's never a bad reason to know CPR. It's all good reasons. Like there's never, there's no negative about learning that. I don't know if whatever I just said made any sense, but what I'm trying to say is...
Unless you're trying to save somebody and they end up suing you when they survive because you broke a rib.
All right.
Or...
Well, again, I still think it's good to know how to save people. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.